Welcome back, everybody, to Streaming for Gold, only on the Brutally Honest Network. I'm here with Justin, and we are going to talk today about some of our top favorite artists, musicians, bands, albums, you name it, that got us into listening to music in general throughout our life and what we like to listen to today, just so you can kind of understand where we come from in terms of what we generally like. Some things we like, you might not like. Some things we hate, you might love. It's just kind of the way it is. You're not wrong. I mean, you might be wrong, but you're not wrong usually.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, you're probably wrong.
You're probably wrong, yeah. It's pick another door.
Sorry, that is specific.
But, so today, 2019, new year. Woo! We just did our recap of 2018, what we thought we liked in the past year, what we didn't like, a little bit of that. So I want to go into what we listened to when we were growing up. So like your first music experience you ever had, period. Let's see if we can remember that.
I can remember it because my mom likes to remind me of the first things I listened to. It was Metallica when I was still in her womb. And then growing up, kind of like young, it was like Pantera, Metallica, like that era of metal.
Yeah.
At some point, Rush came into the mix, because of course Rush came into the mix. And that was kind of like my first bathing of music. What about you?
Did you like, is that what you listened to?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I ended up liking it. I think I hate most of it now. But I liked it then.
Oh, okay.
I guess I didn't like it when I was a baby, like a in-womb baby.
So,
but
when I was born, my mom fed me Kiss from a Rose by Seal on repeat. I'm just kidding. That's not my real story.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This explains so much.
My first experience, I think, with music, was probably driving. Well, not driving, but in the backseat of my mom's car. My mom used to always listen to Pink, Gwen Stefani, and No Doubt, like exclusively. And then I'd pick up bits and pieces of what I liked and heard on the radio, but like I was never like, I always thought, which is ironic because I always preach Spotify today, but like I always thought it was a little bit too expensive to buy a CD back in the day. I thought it was a little, you appreciated it more.
It did
but
feel it. No, okay, that's a weird talking point. It felt that way because fucking whiskey, man. It felt that way because when you bought a CD back in the day, you had no idea what was going to be on it.
That was our idea of the day.
Okay, yeah. No, because you didn't know everything that was going to be on it. So when you bought it, you were taking a risk. You're buying an album off a single, usually just one. So by the time the second or the third came out, the album was out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember thinking back in the day, like, I had this thought a while ago. Why is it that we felt that way back then? We don't feel it now. It's just because, I didn't pay $10 for this album. I paid $10 a month to stream a million songs.
I think it's because everything costs more today in general. So it's like if we're not spending the money on the CDs or DVDs anymore anyway, which is I think why we got to this position where now Spotify, you can listen to everything for $10 a month.
That was inevitable though, because pirating destroyed the music industry.
Oh yeah.
But also destroyed the music industry just simply because it was a lot of cookie cutter singles for a while. And it started to make people, like, yes, pirating was easier, but it also made it so that I didn't want to buy this whole album. I only wanted this one song from it. Yeah. Because for many years, it was just proven that, hey, guess what? Artists make really bad fucking records. They make a cool couple songs. They make ultimately bad records. Yeah. Now with Spotify and Apple Music and all those others, you really got to have a body of work before you release it. Because what's going to hit a trending chart might not be the single you dropped.
Right.
Considering everything drops at once and Spotify doesn't care about your single. Spotify cares about what's the most streamed song.
Everything is at the same time more complicated to become a musician, but at the same time it's also like it's all about your streaming and it's all about your marketing and your network and putting stuff out there. Where it's back in the day, arguably you could have said it was hard in the music industry because all of the producing execs would take advantage of the musicians, which still happens. But I think now it's a different thing. Musicians are always going to have to, same thing with like artists and filmmakers. we're always going to have something to complain about on how we're being mistreated. It's always like the same trickle-down economics that end up fucking us in the ass, I feel like.
Because these industries are built around pre-existing mega companies.
Yeah.
And now today with Patreon, despite its drama, and all these other you could just even do PayPal-me.
Yeah.
And or PayPal.me or whatever it's called, and get paid directly. Like it's possible to crowdsource what you want to do.
Yeah.
There's still like a taboo about it when it comes to Kickstarter and stuff. If you're a band, at least.
Right.
It's like, why do you need this? Like, we need to hear something before you do this.
Right.
I don't know. Kickstarter has a stigma, at least with me, because its early days was just kind of like, I have an idea, and you're gonna pay for it. Oh. And then that idea never shipped.
I just got burned on Kickstarter, actually.
Finally. Yeah.
I mean...
Not that I'm glad you got burned. I just mean, it happened.
All of the projects that I have been funding have more or less been honest. There's 2 projects. By the way, like, I'm just going to throw this out there because it's a platform. Beware of the Creative Nutrition exclusive. Be careful on Kickstarter. It's vegan, bakery goods, kind of things like that. That one I found out, they used a company from Canada's information illegally, posted it on Kickstarter, took my money, and then I emailed Kickstarter and they told me it doesn't violate their terms, even though it very blatantly violates their terms. So that's one. And then the other one is Gear Eye, which is something, ironically, I bought to help RFID track my gear on my phone. So when I walk out the door, my phone will buzz if I don't have something I need. Cool concept. I funded it over a year ago. They just pushed it back again to, I think, April 2019. I think it's supposed to come out in 2017. So now we're here, and
that's
Kickstarter.
Easy tech. That just sounds like theft.
Right.
Like you can just get RFP stickers and things now.
Yeah, and Kickstarter does nothing about it. So
Kickstarter's gone really downhill lately.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix. It's like I funded some really cool projects on there that I do believe in and are coming out, and I have received some, and they're all great stuff. And it's real exciting to open something that's not in stores and that you kind of almost custom ordered.
You did buy the Ouya gaming console back in the day.
Oh, I did. That sucked.
That.
But actually, you know what? It was a little fun.
That thing was pipe dream. It was cute. It was like this big, and it just sat on your shelf.
It was fun for a while. Switch is going to take over that entire market.
The market died with Ouya.
I don't think so.
Ouya?
Switch's problem is, I mean, this is a music podcast, but Switch's problem is that there's too much and their marketplace sucks. In terms of, like, they just throw up like 100 indie games a day along with their main releases, and you don't know what to buy.
But it's Nintendo, and they've never been good with third party, so
yeah,
you kind of need that, like, throwing shit at a wall with Nintendo.
Yeah,
like the fact that Doom is on Nintendo is shocking. They used to never be an M-rated platform, ever, and the fact that they even allowed Doom. Yeah, let them try it out for a year. Because the second that the new Xbox and the PlayStation 5 come out, it's done. They're done. It'll have its allure, but it's gonna not hold up.
I think it is. It's a solid system. You had one at one point, right?
Yeah.
It's
a douchebag. I flipped it.
It's a pretty solid system right now.
No, it is.
And it's gonna be, the games coming out for it. I mean, let's be honest. Super Smash Bros. Melee sucked. I'm not Melee, Universe or whatever. It sucks.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I have it. I bought the upgraded to get all the characters, which I'm not mad about. I still like playing it. I just feel like it didn't live up to the hype. But let's go back to music.
I feel that way about Zelda, but anyway.
So
yeah, music. Fuck.
Let me ask you. So around that time when you were young, like, you know, between the ages of 1 and 10, 1 and 15, or whatever, what was your favorite? Let's go really early. Let's go like, what was your favorite single before you really delved into like buying your own music? What was your favorite thing on the radio or that you heard? Like your favorite single?
It was Backstreet Boys.
Was it really?
It was Backstreet Boys.
What song?
First, God, I don't know their first record. I can't even think of the song. I haven't listened to them forever.
I Want It That Way.
I liked them before that.
Yeah.
But I definitely liked them through that. My first concert was Britney Spears.
Oh, really?
I was like 11.
kind of jealous.
10 or 11?
Because I still love Toxic. It's still one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
I don't hate Britney Spears. I don't even remember why I went to that because I did not love Britney Spears. I just tell everyone my first show was Damage Plan, Pantera's Pantera's newer, you know what I mean, band. Rest in peace.
My first favorite single was Give Me That Gushy Stuff by Jay-Z. You know that song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great song. After that, I didn't go to my first music related show, like for me, until my first one was like when I was 20. I went to my first Warped Tour. It was my first show.
That is a terrible first show.
My helicopter parents. So I didn't.
That might have been a great first show from your perspective, but in the preceding years that Warps existed, I'm like, that's a terrible show to go to. I'm seasoned.
That was the best year I've been to.
What year was it?
Like 6 years. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Was it in Brockton?
No.
Warped Tour used to be at the Brockton Fairgrounds.
You gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, Eminem played Warped Tour at the Brockton Fairgrounds.
That's nuts.
Alongside like Green Day and Simple Plan and those bands.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I was at that show. That was wild. Fuck, I'm old. I'm not even old, but I'm old.
What did you listen to in high school?
Ooh, that's fun. So when I started to leave middle school into high school, I started to get real into like Boston punk.
Yeah.
So Global Threat, The Unseen, those are Boston bands. But then like the Casualties and just punk, just straight punk. And then I started a Misfits and My Chemical Romance cover band.
Interesting.
When I was like 15. So yeah, that's shameful. But that was fun. That's why I listened to probably for the majority up until 10th grade.
That's kind of funny because the only band that I was in high school was it was not a cover band, it was an original band, but they covered like Misfits, like 4 or 5 Misfits songs. So it was like a crossbreed kind of, like a couple songs we wrote and then a couple songs that were just Misfits.
You could be, I mean, I didn't drink then, but because I was like 15, but you could be shit-faced and still play a Misfits song.
Yeah, pretty much.
My Chem was a little bit more interesting when you're that young. I mean, they're easy stuff now.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It connected with audiences then.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like we somehow thought that My Chemical Romance and Misfits were both like horror music. So we would play shows with the other local Canton bands and that stuff at the old bowling alley next to the strip club in Stoughton. There's like 5 people that know about this.
Oh, I remember where that was. Yeah.
Yeah, right next to Alex's place. So many. I played probably 50 to 100 sets on the bowling
Cosmic
alley.
Bowling.
That's what it was called?
They had Cosmic Bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that place.
Yeah, but
that place was literally
set
falling
up a
apart.
stage on the floor.
Yeah.
Like they designed a stage over the alleys.
Yeah.
And those are some of the best shows ever. And I played big venues like the Palladium and the Middle East and stuff. So
yeah.
Hi, we're from Boston. That's what this conversation's leading towards.
So in high school, after basically having a huge phase with Eminem in middle school, which everybody did, Marshall Mathers LP, I bought Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent on a Hebrew school field trip. Listened to it on the way back while kids in the back were playing 7 Minutes in Heaven. I think I said that last music podcast too. It's just really funny.
Fitting.
But then in high school, I had like a phase where I listened to, like, when I was in the band, I listened to a lot of the Misfits. I got into the Pixies a lot. My Chemical Romance, some songs I liked a lot. And then it was largely at Black Flag, some lesser known punk bands, Gangrene. And then I had a huge, gigantic garage rock phase. Like, listen to tons of 60s bands, like unrelated segments.
That's where you were in high school?
Yeah, tons of garage rock.
Weirder. I went down like hardcore music, like Have Hard and Death Before Dishonor, and some of those more hardcore punk bands. And I went there, but at the same time I was still listening to like some Top 40 and still some big artists, like when A Day to Remember came out.
Yeah.
But when A Day to Remember came out, they weren't the sensation they are now.
I didn't know any of that stuff. The hardest band I listened to at the time was either System of a Down, which they're arguably experimental, not really very hard. And then there was this band called Terror 2000 who had songs like Cookie Monster Mountain and Flesh Fever Fiesta. It was like really heavy metal with really funny lyrics, such as "Gimme some Jimmy King lips" or "Jimmy Carter lips" or something like that. It was nuts. It made no sense.
I mean, I listened to a band called Terror and Bleeding Through.
Well, Terror is just hard. They're not funny at all.
No,
they
no,
kill
no,
people
God.
on stage. You should have seen when I went to see Terror for the Monster Hardcore or Metal Fest or whatever, and it was all kids going to see
Outbreak
I
Tour?
See Stars, and then Terror came on. Yes, Outbreak Tour.
Remember when Outbreak Tour used to play metal? It doesn't anymore. Now it's all rap. I get it. They're playing another common denominator, and Beartooth signed to Red Bull Records, so life's gotten weird lately. That's an interesting label to be on.
So let's talk about 20s.
20s.
You didn't change too much in your 20s. I don't think, anyway.
No, it got broader. Like, the longer I've been a musician, the more broad my music taste has gotten. And we'll get to today eventually, but probably I was into anything for a while. Not country.
You had a techno phase? I had a techno phase.
I blame I See Stars for that. I blame a lot of those, like, early Asking Alexandria. Like, what was considered screamo back in the day. That definitely put me into, like, I like EDM for a little bit.
Yeah.
Skrillex coming from First to Last, which is the only reason I even knew who the fuck Skrillex was because of From First to Last, even though everybody that knows Skrillex doesn't know about From First to Last.
Yeah, I was one of those.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, no, I knew that now.
Oh.
I know it now. Back when he first came out, I didn't know that. But I like the blending of the two genres. I like electronic mixed with like metal and post-hardcore.
I did. Today, it kind of died off. It's not really the same today.
Yeah, because nobody
exists,
does it.
Because it sounds cheesy now. We keep going through like little renaissance phases where we're going back to like the roots of metal. Like Bleeding Through just put out a new record, and As I Lay Dying is coming back.
Yeah,
I think. Which, God, that song was so good. I'll put aside what he did to his wife. The song was so good.
I don't know politics, but I'm not listening.
It's not politics. He put a hit on his wife. The singer of
As I Lay Dying. I was thinking as a Day to Remember. I know that. Yeah, Tim Lambesis.
Yeah.
And then they're married again.
No, they're not.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think so.
I'll have to fact check that.
Yeah, fact check that.
I don't know.
Wildest story ever. But anyway.
It was wild from the jump.
Yeah. They
were on the top of the world, and he's like, I want Megan dead. And I'm like,
I'm not going to stop listening to someone's music because of that. And in some cases, I've become bigger fans of someone. I've literally, one of my favorite, this is kind of a joke, one of my favorite rappers and inspirations, Big Lurch. This genius, he took PCP, ate his girlfriend, and walked around Texas completely naked, dripping blood, saying I killed the devil. Yeah. Me and a friend wrote to him in prison and tried to advocate for his release. But it was merely because of how ridiculous it is. But he had songs like Texas Boy.
He's a legend.
He is a legend.
I don't support what he did, but he's a legend.
Yeah.
That is...
It's not cool what he did, but it is kind of funny.
I guess.
In a weird, sick sort of way.
It's funny.
It's the ridiculousness of him.
It's wild.
Yeah, I can't even advocate how this is okay for me to like him. But yeah.
I like this dude. He ate his girlfriend on drugs.
Hey, I mean, it's more you can say about a local
not
musician.
Phrasing. I'm an advocate for phrasing. We're gonna keep phrasing.
So, in high school, after high school, as I said, I went to my first Warped Tour, 2021.
Who'd you go for?
I think I more so went for the adventure. I was like all decked out.
Playing?
No, I had my pocket protector ready. No, I'm just kidding.
You very well might have.
I wasn't that nerdy, but it is weird for my first music show to be a Warped Tour. In post 2010.
Your first show was after 2010?
I think so,
I guess so.
Yeah.
You'd be 20 then.
Because it was 2021. First show I went with Other Scott. So I went to Warped Tour, the first Warped Tour, my first show, And after that, obviously, like, I spiraled. I had my, like, preteen Seenie Beanie days where I'm post-teen Seenie Beanie days. So I was like 20 to 22. I was kind of a Seenie Beanie. I had the long hair. I had the band t-shirts. I had the skinny jeans. Still have the skinny jeans. Joke's on you guys. They're actually really stretchy and comfortable and great on film sets. So who would have known? But
Each his own.
I listened to a lot of, like...
Blood on the Dance Floor?
No, not Blood on the Dance Floor. God. What the fuck is that other one?
I don't know where we're going.
I mean, name any. A Skylit Drive, Of Mice and Men, that type of stuff.
Oh, I buried a lot of that early post-hardcore stuff. Well, it wasn't early, but...
I had my phase late, so I worked from there, and then I went into the post-hardcore with things like I'll Stay in Memphis, Color Morale I like a lot still.
They're okay. I'm really sick of their live sets.
I love their live sets.
He's too preachy.
I think I agree with you that he's too preachy, but I don't think that I have seen anyone as genuine as him give a preachy...
he's genuine. I'm just sick of the same preachy speech.
Yeah.
On repeat. There's no
well, it's like, what else are you going to say? I mean, like...
Shut the fuck up in the
times
next
have
song.
changed. I don't like any of you anymore. Like, what I mean, he's going to say the same shit. I mean, it is cliche, but...
I guess we'll definitely have to have an episode about things we hate about concerts or love.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a cool episode.
That would be...
Fuck, I got gripes.
That would be great, yeah.
I have gripes and I have loves.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Every kid that brings a backpack to a show should be drowned.
I have a lot of videos somewhere, or they might have got deleted, of you just getting really pissed off at shows, moshing walls, and threatening to kill kids with backpacks hugging their girlfriends.
I feel that. I feel something about kids in backpacks at shows just standing in place, like hard styling it. And I'm like,
yeah.
I want to two-step you back into your grave.
I mean, back then, like, going to shows for me was kind of like, let's see what girls I can get numbers from.
That was what it was like back then, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Now going to shows, I'm just like the dad in the corner. I'm like, can you just stop touching me?
Yeah.
Just trying to listen to this band.
Yeah.
With my PBR, I paid
I'm offended.
$6
Lawsuit. Boom.
Yeah, I think now when I go to shows, it's how many people can I offend?
Yeah.
And then precedingly, some tall 6-foot douchebag just tries to break ribs, and I'm like, I can't fight you. I'm not going to try to fight you.
Except Treebeard. He does that, but he's awesome.
I like Treebeard.
Yeah.
Kevin.
So I said he's the exception.
He's fun. He's fun at shows.
He
fed
me.
A dick.
He fed me toast on my bathroom floor when I was too hungover one day. It was a very weird day.
I'm just picturing this tall motherfucker being like, you should eat some toast.
Dude, it was exactly like that. It was like straight out of a movie. Like one day that could be in a movie I write.
That should be a scene in a movie. It has to be him though.
Yeah.
Because he's...
So...
we've diverged.
A little bit. So we're at today now. So like, what have you... It's been like 4 or 5 years since that era of living in Stoughton in my apartment that was basically party central. That between my house, my apartment for 2 years when we were 22 and 23, and our friend Brendan's house, party every day. Beer pong every day for like a solid, not even a summer, like 7 months. Like,
yeah, I think I
day.
saw Brennan's living room more than I saw my own.
Yeah.
I've seen your bathroom more than I've seen my own at your old apartment.
Apparently a lot of people have, and a lot of ass has seen my bathroom that I don't...
A lot of sex happened in that bathroom.
I didn't know. I don't live there anymore, so it's okay.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. That apartment was...
You were like the first few people that had an apartment when we were growing up.
Yeah.
So I think everyone just thought, we can fuck here. And they did. They just did.
Yeah.
Many relationships started and ended in that apartment.
Very strange.
I think all relationships started and ended in that apartment.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Good times.
It was a fun time, but like most of the people that came over were just using our apartment, like you said. But
for the sex and the booze.
Whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, today, do I listen to today? What don't I listen to today? My favorite music today is probably like, shameful to say this, like really bullshitty Billie Eilish style, Olivia O'Brien style pop music. Because I don't know, I just want to hear a shitty 4/4 beat and zone out.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's my resting mood when I'm at work. It's just give me a shitty 4/4 beat, simple vocals, no one's doing anything crazy, no one's getting Grammys.
Yeah.
And I almost said Emmys. I still don't know the difference at 27. But
I have pretty much the same. Like, I feel like I've mellowed out. I don't really have a scene anymore. Like, I used to feel like I had a scene. Like, not that I would be like, your music sucks. Like, this, it's not with my scene. Not like that kind of thing. But like, I feel like I just, I Spotify, I stream everything. I find new shit every day. So I listen to like a pretty good mix of everything from like post-hardcore and metalcore at the gym to things like, female R&B artists. Like, even like Mariah Carey's new album is actually really solid. You'd be surprised.
I could look into that camera, I would. Am I? No, I'm not. I know it's framed.
Mila J is good if you know her. And then I listen to a lot of just weird country, almost borderline country, pop country things. Stuff like that.
Can I roll harder? Honestly, there's some country-ish music that's hitting me. I'm so fucking mad.
Yeah.
I spent 27 years being like, no country! And at 27, I'm just like, Dan and Shay, you could enter my heart. You fucking totally fine band you are. I don't know. The poppier country gets, the more I like it.
Yeah, same.
It started, but like, again, another thing we talked about last episode was just like that like, look at my truck, my boots, my bitch. I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like,
that kind of sounded like you were rapping.
Yeah, I know.
See, I love me some Yellow Wolf, and he's like country meets rap, which is a different story entirely. I think it's the best music.
Yeah, too bad he's like not relevant anymore.
He
could be again, just like that.
I don't know if he was ever relevant, but I was his fan for a long time. His albums are solid, really solid. It's just
I think he released a new song not that long ago. I got no
he did.
idea.
He gets into trouble a lot, which is unfortunate because he's a little bit crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like in one of the videos he had posted, like he was just yelling at police officers with blood on his shoe about how he had blood on his shoe. So I don't understand what it was about. But he's a weird dude. But I did see him live once, and it was the best show I've been to. He might have come from that. Who knows? Alabama.
What? Before we end this, what was the best show you've ever been to? Like objectively.
That show.
That show, really?
That was my favorite show ever. It was such a good show. It was because it was Yellow Wolf, but it was stacked with this rapper from, I think, Seattle, who was just a fat black dude. And then this other dude, Mikey Mike, who was from California, who was like a feel-good rapper meets country kind of thing. The show himself, he had on stage like a roulette, and he'd spin the roulette, and it was something stupid for him to do. And whatever it landed on, he or an audience member had to do it. So he made some girl from the audience drink like this weird bottle of shit out of a boot. I can't even like describe, but it was really fun.
I gotta drink this again. My favorite show just comes from a place of nostalgia and like love is one of the receiving end of Siren's last show at the Palladium.
Yeah.
Not like it wasn't a great show.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, this is my favorite band of all time. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Playing their farewell show. And kind of just knowing that how many members are in that band and everything, like this really was going to be one of their last shows.
Yeah.
Spoiler, they proceeded to play 3 to 5 more shows over the years.
As does every band who announces a farewell tour, I've noticed.
This band cannot get back together, though.
Yeah.
There's a marine biologist, Casey's in The Deer Hunter. Like, they just have no will to get back together.
Huh. Wow.
But they ended up doing a re-release of The Heart of the Synapse, and got Casey back on it. If you know this band, I can't help there. But such good show. And it was the Palladium, so no show is good.
So let's round this show out, because we're running a little bit long. I think, why don't you guys let us know what you're looking for further episodes? Otherwise, we plan to release an episode every week detailing, some of our favorites, some of the shit we hated out of what came out on Spotify the previous Friday. Music comes out brand new on Friday, like 100 albums a week. You don't even know. Spanish music, which I'll be your guide on, especially Spanish rap. El Alfa, plugging them, go get them.
2 for 2.
But thank you for tuning in to Streaming for Gold. This has been episode 2 of the podcast. We hope you tune in to episode 3 and let us know what you think. Have a good week.
Thanks.
Peace.
Peace.